How do I encapsulate 14 years of fantastic memories of the thousands of AAs, hundreds of levels, groups, raids, zones, and missions, and all the people I've met along the way? Well, I figured it out, and it's a command that EverQuest had on day one. It's a command I've used through my entire career, and I bet you've used it too. Hail. Hail, more than anything, let me interact with the EverQuest world. It opened up tons of possibilities. It let me get those first quests that made me think, wow, this is a great game, I need to keep playing. And it let me meet the amazing people that built my EverQuest memories. For example, I hailed a paladin named Thearon outside of the gates of Kinos. Thearon later, when we were experiencing in Paw, taught me something amazing. He speaks perfect Japanese. He's a Hawaiian American of Japanese descent. I didn't know that at the time I hailed him, but I found that out when we were in Paw and a group had moved in, tried to take our camp. They were from a Japanese guild, so we didn't think we could communicate with them. He stepped up, spoke perfect Japanese, and let them know what was going on and resolved the whole situation. I'm so glad I hailed Thearon back then, because 14 years later we're still friends. I'm glad I hailed Dopplereffekt too in Gates of Discord. She is a wonderful person, a cleric of a guild named Unity. She sponsored my membership to that guild. Never have I been prouder than when I joined. The wonderful memories that I have of playing, including defeating Inkutata, a wonderfully hard Gates of Discord raid zone. Unity was able to pull through at 2 a.m. in the morning and finally beat the final boss. If I hadn't hailed Dopplereffekt early on, I would have never gotten to know her. She would have never sponsored me. I would have never joined Unity, and none of the fantastic memories I have would be there. If I wouldn't have hailed Cherianna, I would have never gotten to know one of the most amazing people I met in the EverQuest world. She was a cheerful person who brought joy and excitement to everything she did. Cherianna passed away a little over 2 years ago, and it was heartbreaking to me. But if I could go back all those years and not hail her, I wouldn't. I would hail her because the memories I have of her endure. The fantastic person she was and the way she changed me made me think maybe I should be a little bit nicer, a little bit funnier, use humor a little bit more. If I hadn't have hailed the thousands of people that I did through my EverQuest career, the hundreds upon hundreds of quest mobs, the hundreds upon hundreds of raid mobs, none of this would have happened. Hail has been the one thing in EverQuest that has been quintessential to my EQ career and my EQ story. So I'd like to leave you with a simple command. Hail.